It's like I don't even want to make this video, but I feel like I have to make this video. And this is only going to pertain to a small portion of the audience. So I'm not even sure why I'm even doing this, but it's one of those, I got to get this off my chest. It's been driving me nuts for the last couple of days. And again, Armand's opinion. Before we get into this one, I want to thank everybody for hitting the subscribe button. I want to thank everybody for watching at least 30 seconds of advertising each ad, so I get paid, which is nice. And I just want to thank everybody for commenting, for sharing, for giving me new ideas, hopefully more positive ideas for writing videos for the future. Okay, so real quick, for those who don't know, little free libraries are give a book, take a book. They're little boxes. There are over 200,000 of them in the world. They are on literally every continent. And I mean, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, and we've probably got about 150 of them, all spread out all over the place. They're awesome. I have two. I have on a pole, an adult one, and I have a bench for the kids. And there's one right around the corner that they put in. And they were like, "Oh, come see the first blah blah in Jacksonville." And they're like, "Yeah, there's hundreds of them. What are you even talking about?" And there's one. I've had mine for 4 more years than you. I'm just in a mood today. All right. So a couple, I think during COVID and maybe the year after, my wife and I decided, you know what, let's buy a couple hundred books of mine. I'll sign them. I'll put a bookmark in there. We'll package them out, and I'll ask for little free library addresses. Okay. Give me your charter number. Give me your shipping address, and I will send this book out for free on my dime. Yes, it's a tax write-off. All right, let's just call it what it is. But it also is cost me books, time, money, on and on. So I do it because I want to get books out there. I want to get my books out there to people. I want somebody to pick up one of my books and go, you know what? This guy's got 200 other books. So I want to read all of them. Okay. And it's worked. It worked over the years. Will you stop doing that? I hadn't done it in a few years. It gets expensive. Okay. Sending out 200 books. Here's the quick breakdown. It cost me like $4 a book. Okay. And then it cost me almost $5 to ship out those books. Plus it cost me whatever it cost me for 200 envelopes. Those are not cheap as well. And back then I did it old school. I didn't have like stamps.com or anything like that. So I was literally packaging books, and then I'd have to go and stand in line at the post office and go, yeah, I want to send these 30, 40, 50 books out. And you couldn't, it was crazy. So we got the stamps thing for my other stuff over the years. So that at least I can print out on my printer. I can print out the labels, stick them onto the packages, get those out, okay? And will you stop? This cat is annoying the shit out of me. Anyway, so I look at it and I go, all right, let's do it again. But this time, instead of ordering 200 books, I have probably more than 200, probably have 300-400 books of mine that have been in a closet for years. And I don't do as many book signings as I used to. I did one this year, and I think I sold 2 or 3 books. I don't have any plans for a ton of book signings coming up. And if I do, I would want it to be some of my newer books. There's books in that closet that have literally been in that closet since I moved into this house in 2015. So it's more than 10 years that books have been just sitting in that closet. They're paid for. That's what my wife keeps saying. We've paid for those books. Okay. Those books are, at this point, let's just get rid of those books. Most of them I don't even bring to book signings anymore, even if I do a book signing. So what's the point of holding on to all these books? And you know what? We kind of need the closet space. So I was like, you know what? what do you think about doing another little free libraries thing? What do you think about sending out again? And she's like, let's do it. So I put an ad in. If you are a steward, which is what they call little free library owners, if you are a steward, then you have access to all the information for this. Okay, and so I put it in there, and I get a first day. It's like a half a day, 100 people, over 100 people right away. Boom. This is great. I'd love a free book. Perfect. I also put it in the little free library stewards group on Facebook. Okay. And I'm asking for, I want your charter number and your address. That's all I'm asking for. Okay. I also say I have horror books, and thriller books. I can't guarantee you're going to get one or the other. But if you have a preference, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Especially in the beginning, I know I can. I'm making a pile. I'm putting books of horror. I'm packaging up. I'm putting thriller books over on this side of the table, and I'm packaging them up. So if you want a specific one, I got no problem putting it at your address on those and sending them out. No big deal. Obviously, once we get down towards the end, it's just going to be hit or miss. You're getting what you're getting, kind of thing. All that's well and good. Tons of people, 99.9% of the people, following directions. They're they're thankful. I send them a message and I say, book should be out in the mail this week. They say, thank you. Perfect. No problem there. People are sending me their addresses, and then some people are sending me this big, long thing to read. I got no problem with that. Yeah, this is why I opened my little free library, because I love to read, or because I'm also an author, or because my child was sick, whatever it is. Okay, there's all these different things. Those are great. I love reading those stories. When you're getting 100 emails in like 3-4 hours, though, I'm like skimming through them. Okay, well, that's good. Boom. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm not going to answer every one of those back. That's the good. Okay, that the good is people are appreciative. Most of these are 95% of these are going to be whatever you can send me of your books. A signed book I can put in my little free library. That would be awesome. Now, there's certain things like when I did the last couple times years ago, I would order 100 copies of, like, I would order like 100 copies of the first Dirty Deeds book, 50 copies of my A Month of Duncan, and 50 copies of like my baseball book, for instance. And I would send those out, or 50 copies, whatever the first book in a series thing. Well, I have 12 books in the Dirty Deeds series. And to be honest with you, I'm out of book one. Book one is sold out. It's been sold out. And I got rid of the last two at the last book signing. And I'm like, I'm not ordering more copies. I don't need more copies. If I'm going to do a book signing coming up, maybe I'll order a dozen copies. But otherwise, I'm not going to fill the closet with stuff that I might never sell. And now I have book 2 to 12. So I'm like, you know what? You're getting a random book. You're literally you might get book 12 to put in your little free library. Is anybody going to read it? I don't know. Maybe somebody will. I've been to plenty of book signings where the guy walked up and said, What's Dirty Deeds 3 about? And he reads the back and he goes, oh, I'll buy this. And I'm like, all right, well, this is the third. He's like, I don't care. Oh, this is set in Philadelphia. I'll take it. Okay. Not a problem. All my books are ongoing series, but you can read each book by itself. You hopefully will like it, that you'll go back or forward and you'll read the rest of them. That's kind of the goal. So that's all well and good. Everybody's very appreciative. I get a lot of thank yous back. I get a lot of questions about my books. I get people saying, what's your Instagram? Which is Armand_Rosamilia, by the way. I want to follow you on there, and I'll post when the book comes in. I'll post a video of it. I'll post a picture of it. Awesome. I appreciate that. I really, really do. I'm doing this because of my love of reading. I'm doing this because I'm an author. I'm doing this because I'm trying to get my name out there, obviously. When we hit little free libraries in Jacksonville, I always try to put 1 or 2 of my books in those little free libraries as well. Hopefully people will read them. The idea is word of mouth. People will talk about my books, and we will hopefully I will have some sales. Sales are awful right now as an author. I'm going to just be totally honest with you. I'm literally relying on this YouTube money to not have to go out and get a 9-to-5 job. That's how bad it is, okay? All that being said, let's get into the what I call the rude part of it. Okay. So I've gotten and I've changed my mindset. I'm 56 now. I'm older, ornery. My friend Lorraine likes to like that I said ornery in one of my coffee of the day videos. And you know what I am? I'm quite ornery. I get a lot of not a lot, but I'm getting a handful that are saying, I would love a book for my little free library. Here's my little free library. Here is my number. But no address. So now, the last couple times I did this, I was like, well, let me go up on the map and let me punch it in and let me get the address. I'm not doing that. I've given you easy directions. I'm not saying fill out this form. I'm not saying do this, do that. I'm saying literally all I need is your little free library number, and I need your address. That's all I need. Give me your address. And you know what? Give me your name too. And so many people are just sending me and going, yeah, I would love a book. Okay, well, I'm not doing all this work to find out what your address is. You know your address. You should send me an address. So that's one. I'm just like, well, delete. You know, a couple times people are like, oh, I forgot to give the address. Here's my address. Perfect. Then you get a book. The worst one I've had so far, and I hope this will be the worst one. A woman sends a message. Okay. She has her name is her email address is like, be good to one another 47 at Gmail or something. She never says what her name is. She says, we live in, and I don't remember I'm just saying, we live in Des Moines. That's in Iowa. We would love a free book. Blah, blah, blah. All this about Des Moines and people don't have books here, so whatever it is. Then she says, we live on like Hopping Lane. Our house number is 11739. We would, again, thank you so much for doing this. We would love a book, blah, blah, blah. Our zip code is 55555. And I'm like, you want me to cut and paste everything about your address? You want me to cut and paste and have to put it into stamp? And I'm like, you know what? No. You don't know how to send somebody your address. You don't give me a name. So no. So that person, if you're watching this, you are not getting a book. There's going to be way more than 200 people, because the last couple times I did this, I was turning people away for like a week or more. Even though I'm setting this up, I'm like, listen, these are like the 7 days that I'm doing this, which should be more than enough. And I guarantee you, a month from now, somebody's going to say, hey, I just saw this. Got any books left? And I'm going to say, no. Sorry you missed out. Maybe I'll do it again in another 5 years. Who can say? That's annoying. Not giving me your name is annoying. Not giving me your address, that it's just give me your address. If somebody says to me, hey, I want to send you something, what's your address? If I buy a book from somewhere, the first line is my name, then my street address, then Jacksonville, Florida, and the zip code. That's it. And it should look normal. But everybody keeps sending me all the information, jibber jab all over the place. So that's annoying. I've had 3 people now so far that have asked me for specific books. Okay. Books that I don't even control. Books that they're like, oh, we would love this, whatever book from like this one book you did from Severed Press. Okay. Well, it's just fun. If I had that book went out in the first bunch of shipments because I think I had one left. So then my thing is, do you want to get it? Are you looking for another book? Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like you want just that one book. No, so then you don't get a book. And a lot of times I'll say, it's horror or thriller, and a lot of people say, oh, I would rather have a thriller book. I would rather have a horror book. Not a problem at all. I have 2 separate piles for books that I'm putting together, and you will get whatever you're asking for until we get to the end, and it's whatever is in the pile is in the pile. I had one woman who said, hey, I'm a huge fan of you and the other author who you wrote these books with. You wrote a trilogy with. Not Tom Duffy, but those trilogies are amazing. I would like a signed copy from both of you. Can you make that happen? So what that tells me right there is you're not looking for a book for your little free library. You want a signed copy for your collection from the authors. That's number 1. Number 2, you want me to ship the book 1,000 miles away to have him sign it to send back to me so I can ship it to you? I'm not doing all that. You want that done. And again, that's a series that has already been wiped out. I've already put them in envelopes, so I don't have this. So I'm thinking, well, you don't want a book either. You want something for your own collection, and this is not what this is about. This is 100% not what this is about. I've also had somebody who, I don't know why they are in the group, but I mean, they were honest and they said, listen, I don't have a little free library, but at some point in the next year, my husband has promised to build one. So I'll probably start collecting books now. So if you can send me one. I'm thinking, well, no, I don't want, I'm going to send one of my books so it can sit in your garage for a year. No, I'm putting them out there to the ones that are legitimately have little free libraries. And I know this is a problem that most people watching this are going to be like, no. And hopefully if you have a little free library and you've sent me the information and you've sent me all of the information, you've sent it, not a big deal. I thank you. I appreciate you for following directions. Very simple directions. I didn't want to do forms. I didn't want to make this hard. I just wanted to send books out in the quickest possible way that I could. And I'm thinking I'm doing it. I'm putting out, I know my wife went to work today. She took 20 with her. I'll be going out in a little bit and mailing another 20. I mailed 20 yesterday. So we are mailing books out. We are getting these books out. And over the next week, we should have the initial group of 100 or so. They should be gone. And we're going to keep doing this until we hit our 200 or the week runs out. And honestly, at that point, if I still have books and somebody says, hey, you still got books? Sure. Give me your address. Sure. I want to get rid of them. It's high time that closet gets cleaned out. And then if I have a book signing coming up, I'll just order a bunch of author copies. Not a big deal. But I don't want to have, it's like a warehouse. We got stuff everywhere. Me and my wife are doing spring cleaning, get rid of all the stuff we don't want kind of thing. And that's part of it. That's part of cleaning that closet out and being able to use that closet for, I don't know, clothes, jackets, things that get hung in a closet, not, 250, 300, books. So that's where we are right now. Okay. That's literally where we stand. So this is more of a venting than anything else. I appreciate 99.9% of the people out there that are excited, that like getting a book from me, that like new books in their little free library. And so to you people, I say thank you. To anybody watching this all the way to the end, even if you don't have a little free library, I also want to thank you. And I also want to thank you for watching at least 30 seconds of each ad. That helps get me paid, and then I can afford more books, and I can afford more shipping costs, and I can afford more envelopes and tape and everything else that goes along with it. So thank you very much. Every Wednesday, every Sunday is a new writing video. An occasional Friday, I throw out another one as well. Also, come hang out with me live on YouTube Live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern Standard Time for about an hour and a half. I get some writing in, I get a lot of talking in, answer questions, talk about just random things. So come hang out with me. I would appreciate it. Thank you. And go find little free libraries in your area. Littlefreelibrary.org is the website. They have a map thing. If you have an iPhone, you can get the app on your phone and you can hit like little free libraries within 5 miles or 10 miles or whatever it is. And then you can find them. Go grab a book. Go see a cool book. Maybe you'll see one of my books in that little free library. Who can say?